So today we're gonna do two things. One, we're gonna fix the Joy-Con drift on our Nintendo Switch for about $15. It's super cheap and super quick. And the second thing is I'm gonna give a quick little studio tour of where I film my videos. This video is sponsored by Omaze, but more on that later. But I'm not the one who's gonna teach you how to fix the Joy-Con drift. We have a special guest today. You might remember her from our very difficult Black Shark phone.
Yeah, I'm still recovering, but willing to give it a shot.
Cambry, what is Joy-Con drift?
Okay, that is when this joystick kind of wears out and starts to drift to the left, or like it just kind of tends to lean this direction. And then your character, in my case Link, starts to drift. And it makes it challenging when I'm like going up a path, or I'm on the side of a cliff, or I'm trying to fight someone. It just messes everything up.
And we can't have that. So today we're gonna fix it. It's actually very inexpensive. It's only like 15 bucks. And like we've gotten hundreds and hundreds of hours out of our Nintendo Switch. So we're not gonna complain about it, we're just gonna fix it. But first let me give you a quick little tour of the studio. I've never done like a little studio tour like this. And it's kind of a cozy little room here, but I have my lights mounted up here on a DJ scaffold. All these lights I got for really cheap off of Amazon, and I think there's like 5 of them positioned in a circle around the room. And then the tripod, which is right here, goes up into some barn door rails, which I've attached to the DJ scaffold with some C-clamps. Kind of, you know, jerry-rigging the whole thing together. Then I do have foam on the walls to kind of minimize the sound so there's no like echo in the room. We'll get to the camera in just a second. Inside of this closet, I have a tool chest, and these are a collection of chargers that I've, you know, accumulated over the years. People always ask what I end up doing with all of my phones that are left over after my tests, and I turn most of them into big screen TVs for little squirrel houses. So coming around the desk, oh actually, so this is a piece of paper in a giant roll that I've just mounted to the side of my desk. I think I got this at like IKEA or something. And so anytime the desk gets dirty, I can just unroll this piece of paper and have a new white clean surface to work on. You can see I've kind of collected some Mohs hardness papers. And then right here, so I use the GH5 to film. The lights in here are kind of bright. But what I want to show you is this screen over here gives me a live feed of everything that I'm working on. And so if I move something here, it's moving on screen over here. And you can see it has some like green dots around the edges. That just is telling me that everything's in focus. And here's the backside view of the DJ scaffolding, the barn door rails, the tripod, which I can adjust up and down and slide left and right. And then I can play with the lens right here on the end. And we have phones in various states of disrepair. Now this camera here is for the front facing, so you can kind of see what it looks like when I'm actually recording something where I need to be visible. When there's a camera back here, that's being displayed on the second monitor. Sometimes getting the perfect shot for your content is tricky, but this is the setup that works well for me. And it was relatively inexpensive. I didn't need to go out and buy tons and tons and tons of equipment. It's a DJ scaffold, some barn door rails, and a tripod hung upside down. So hopefully that doesn't ruin some of the magic for you, but I think we should get started with the Joy-Con. Cambry?
Let's get started.
So a long time ago, I made a video on how to turn your Joy-Con switch clear. So if you're wondering why mine's a different color, that is why. So this replacement kit surprisingly only cost $15, and it even came with a bunch of tools. So I'm not gonna use my own tool set. We're gonna use the tools that came with the joysticks and see if they're any good. There are 4 screws on the back cover, and these are tri-point screws, meaning they're not a Phillips head, they're like a Y-shaped almost.
Once you take out the 4 screws, then you open it up with your handy dandy pry tool. Yes. Nice. And with this being transparent, it makes it a little easier to know, like, you're not gonna hurt anything. You can see exactly where your pry tool is.
You're welcome.
So then you open it like a book. There we go. And it looks like someone's been here before because the battery's already loose, and that's the next step.
Plugged in. I always keep a bunch of extra pry tools here off to the side. And so I'm going to focus this right now to make sure that the charging port area is in focus. And now she's good to go.
Okay, so then I'm going to slide this little guy like a little Lego. Then I take my Phillips screwdriver and I get those 3. See, they're like gold screws. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to lift out this little covering that holds the battery pack, but it's still attached, so you just open it up again. Keep it close by. Okay, then this part gets a little tricky to me, but I'm sure it'll be fine. You have to like unhook these ribbon cables so you don't rip them. That would be bad. You have to unlock them. So this one, you like flip a switch. And flip the 3rd switch. This guy should be free in a moment.
It's been a while since I've done this, so she's teaching me.
Free. Switching tools up. Okay, and now this one. You should come out. We're replacing this piece anyway. There we go. So there's this little ribbon cable that's like weaved across here with this little plastic piece. So I'm just going to gently get it out of the way. And now there are 2 more screws. There it goes. The guy that was making me die.
Sure, blame it on the controller. There is a gasket underneath the joystick thing that we need to leave in there because the new joystick does not come with the same gasket. But we can just toss away the old one and let's grab the new one.
Okay. So it actually comes with 2, which is nice because I play a lot of Zelda. So I might be doing this again.
Right now only one of our Joy-Cons is drifting though, so we're just going to do the left Joy-Con. The right Joy-Con is pretty similar, just a few different connections in a few different spots because there's different hardware inside each of the controllers.
Reverse the steps we just did. Fold this ribbon cable back a little bit, and by fold, I don't mean actually fold, like just lift it. All right, it's in place. Take your Phillips screwdriver, place the 2 screws back in place. Righty-tighty. Okay, now that that's secure, we can put our ribbons back in place.
The trick to getting the ribbon cables back in is making sure that the metal tweezers don't touch the gold contacts on the end of the ribbons, because those can scratch off and make the Joy-Con non-functional again. And we have to line the little tiny ribbon up with the very small little slot in the board. And once that's done, we can take the black little latch and latch it down into place.
Okay, cool. Is it killing you that's taking me so long and you could do this in 2 seconds?
I mean,
hey.
Of course not.
Beginners gotta start somewhere. Okay, so much better than the shark.
The spring can shoot off into oblivion, so make sure you know where that's at all times.
Snug as a bug. Put this little Lego back. Now, righty-tighty, 1 screw.
Everything is installed. She has the final screws in place. Now it's time to see if Link still runs off cliffs or not. Is it working, Cambry?
Sure is.
Not falling off any cliffs?
Nope. Going to the right. Going to the left. Going uphill.
I do have one question for you, though. Why do you have 2 screws left over?
Did you plant those?
No. Where do they go?
This had... You put these here.
I did not. We're going to have to rewatch the footage and see where those came from. But other than that, I think we did a great job. Maybe they did roll across the desk, because I do have a lot of projects going on, so we can't blame it entirely on Cambry.
I think it's a different project.
It is pretty funny, though. Oh, they came from this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's clarify that.
Okay.
Made me look bad.
Do you want to clarify, Cambry?
Yeah, the screws came from the bag in case yours broke or something. Backup screws.
Still pretty funny, though. Anyway, we were successful, Cambry. Which was the hardest part?
Oh, getting the ribbon cables in. That was tricky for me because I was so worried about scratching them. I didn't scratch them. Long live Zelda.
So like I said earlier, this video is sponsored by Omaze. Omaze works with creators while supporting nonprofits and giving away super large prizes. And this time I've partnered with Omaze to give you guys, my viewers, a chance to win a Tesla Model 3 Performance. And that's not all. This time around there are thousands of prizes being given away, which lead up to the grand prize of a dream home in Orlando or $1 million. So for every entry you make to win the dream home or the $1 million in cash, you also get entered to win one of these other 3,000 prizes, my favorite of which being the Tesla Model 3 Performance. The taxes and shipping of course are always included, but you're not just getting an entry to win a prize, you're also supporting a nonprofit. The great cause this time around is the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. They are a nonprofit organization that provides support to children's hospitals across the USA and Canada, providing healthcare to more than 10 million children every year. So it's a win-win for everyone. You get entered to win a Tesla Model 3 Performance, a home, or $1 million in cash, and a portion of the entry money goes to support a good cause, providing healthcare to millions of children. To enter, just go to home.omaze.com/jerryrig or go to the link in the description. And if you use the code UNWRAP300, it will give you an additional 300 entries into the giveaway, all part of Omaze's Black Friday activation. Huge thanks to Omaze once again for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and Cambry will be happy to answer them for you.
I will not be fixing anyone else's. This is a one-time deal.
Remember how we end up?
Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you around.